He just, he's, I think if Vince could clone a guy, he doesn't say no to appearances, any appearances. He just, he doesn't miss a show.
Oh yeah, and Vince will run you right into the ground too. When he knows you won't say nobody, you'll be at every carnival there is.
yeah, you're gonna be doing everything. But he saw a guy who is mom and dad apple pie, all American looking guy. So I've always said, and not by work rate or anything, but he's our Bob Backlund.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you who the best hand in the whole damn business is, and that's that. Randy Orton. God, that guy can work. My God, that guy's smooth.
He's really coming into his own now. Like watching him, it's like watching like a horror movie character. Like he reminds me of Freddy Krueger somehow. I like to see them flip him baby and then turn Cena heel. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I don't know if you can turn Cena heel, but I like to see Randy go baby, man, just because he's such a hell of a worker. But obviously it's easier to work stiff than it is to baby. Well, the thing is with that is you lose elements of what he is, and then he's not the same Randy Orton, and the way he is right now, not everybody would cheer him. So if you make the necessary tweaks,
right,
then those people that like him now aren't going to like him as a babyface. It's a tough little gig right now to try and figure out.
Now, Edge, whatever happened to Lita? I mean, did she just get out of the business?
Yeah, she got out, and that was pretty much it for her. And has so far stayed out, which is admirable because usually when people say they're done, they poke their head back here and there. But she stayed pretty much out.
Now, when it comes to the divas, what kind of payday can they make?
They can do pretty damn good, can't they, Edge?
I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, she obviously did good enough that she could, get out. I'm sure Trish did pretty good. Actually, Trish was another one that's very smart with her money. Married her high school sweetheart. He's an architect, so he had money. So, she's kind of the blueprint, I think, for the divas to follow. Is getting in your money and getting out.
Which one was with Pete? Which diva was with Pete?
Was it what?
Tori.
Tori. Oh, Tori. Yeah. She told Pete, "Man, I'm gonna go ahead and take over the sun tanning place and can midnight move you, buddy. See you later."
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her, where she even is now. But
I thought I saw her on some third-rate reality show. I saw Pete in the back at Orlando. He's working. I think he's working with Steve Kern actually. Isn't Pete working with Steve?
Yep, he's down in FCW helping train our new batch of guys.
Actually, you're going to be there Friday. You're going to be there Friday at the wrestling facility, I think.
Yep. There's a show in Eustis, so I'm doing an autograph signing there and trying to get people to come out and
the Lake County Fairgrounds.
The new guys coming up.
Oh, speaking of fairgrounds, my boy Edge, Lake County Fairground in Eustis. That's the rehab. He's rehabbing back to the big times. You got to start there to get back to the big times, don't you, buddy?
I'll just be sitting there. I'll do calf raises while I'm sitting there signing autographs.
It'll be like the movie The Wrestler. I'll have like a few people there, and Did you ever see that movie, by the way?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think about it?
I thought there was some definite truths to it. I thought there were some things that the wrestling sequences weren't exactly realistic.
Right.
But the actual you see guys like that.
But the one thing that wasn't very realistic that I picked up on is when no matter who you are, whether you're Edge, Chris Jericho, or Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, or Hogan, when you come back from a match, the boys don't all gather around and applaud you. They may all walk up and pay some respects, but they don't. It's not like a big cheering section like those guys did.
No, it's maybe on an indie show if. A guy like Taker were to do an indie show, maybe that would be the reaction. I don't know.
When's the last time you did it? When's the last time you had to do an indie? God, you're so damn spoiled, Edge. I can't even tell you the last time you did an indie show. Probably like 91.
Yeah, probably would have been 95.
As the Suicide Blondes.
Yeah, 95, 96.
Suicide Blondes. You are a Michael Hutchins, Mark, man, and you Suicide Blonde. Don't even think about lying either. Don't even think about lying.
Well, and here's the thing: we never came out to that music, and we should have, because it would have gotten us so much more heat.
Oh yeah, you would have, man. You would have. And then you guys, I think you guys were the Canadian Rockers for a while.
We're in Japan, and we were the Canadian Rockies. But we didn't know that. We were in Corrigan Hall. It was me and Jay, me and Christian, and we're standing there, and the Japanese, they introduce us, and they go, Canadian hockey. And there's a picture of us looking at each other going, what the hell is Canadian hockey? That doesn't make sense. And we found out after that it was the Canadian Rockies, but they couldn't pronounce the R. So
how about Damien Stryker? That's one of your
Damien Stryker, the worst name. Sexton Hardcastle was way better than Damien Stryker.
Sexton Hardcastle, I mean, that's a porn star name all day.
Where did you come out with
the idea?
Where did you come out with Damien Stryker? Where did that come out of?
Oh, that was okay, I'm going down to WCW to do 2 jobs, so I don't want to use a name that I actually want to use on the Indies, so I'll just use Damien Stryker.
Damien Stryker. To this day, man, you get ribbed about that all the time, don't you, buddy?
Not too many people know about it, but I'm sure I will now.
Damien, and also the Deal and No Deal appearance. Are the chicks really that hot? The girls that are on Deal and No Deal, are they as hot? I mean, because I think they're hot on TV. Are they hot in real life?
It's kind of that whole plastic Hollywood.
Right.
Not a lot going on. You know.
Yeah. Now, what? So
to look at, hey, but you try and carry on a conversation with somebody, and I don't know how much they'd have going on. But I mean, that's not fair to say because I didn't talk to any of them. But
I'll tell you who make a good tag team with you. Now that you're going to start tag teaming again, you guys, he's kind of a mini-me version of you. Is that Morrison guy? That new Morrison guy? He's a hell of a worker.
Yeah, he is. He is very good.
He's like the brunette version of you.
Before he got hurt, and he's a what?
He's the brunette version. He's the thinner brunette. He's the wiry brunette version of you.
Yeah, he's what I used to look like.
Well, you're still in good shape now, aren't you?
I'm getting older, you know, and I'm not real concerned with diet and working out anymore.
How many guys you ever hear say that? Most of them be like, yeah, I'll hit the gym 12 hours a day. Adam's like, I saved a lot of money, and, hey,
if it all ends today, it's
this
cool.
This thing wraps up in June, man. I'll make $650 this year. It really ain't a big deal. I'm going to go down and play patty cake with Kern on Friday. Hey, you know how we roll, buddy.
It's weird because, Adam, you seem surprisingly, well-adjusted to the whole situation that's going on.
Man, I don't know. Maybe it's just because my mom and I never had any money growing up, so I always told myself, all right, this is what I want to do. But at the end of the day, I also realized I just jump around in tights for a living. It's fun.
and wrestle oiled up grown men. I mean, come on, work with me.
Exactly. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a great gig. I love it. But and it makes people happy. So hey, awesome.
Well, let's say that. Let's say it all ends. Okay, the injury doesn't feel good. You just don't feel right. You can't come back. And yes, you say you have enough money to chill with, but let's say you get bored. What would you do? What would you want to do?
And what does Adam Copeland end up doing? Starting Adam's sushi joint, Adam's gym. What do you do?
Just bought a house up in the mountains in North Carolina. So that would be the first thing: is do the full move up there.
Right.
So
you wouldn't even try to stay in Tampa. You're like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, no, I already got it. It's already bought. It's paid for, and it's waiting for me.
Right.
So go up there, and I always thought writing a children's book would be fun. I've always just wanted to do that. I don't know why. I have a whole plot line and characters all mapped out, and they're based on my dogs. And
man, he's smart. Adam happens to be one of the very few, even though he looks like a Neanderthal, he's like one of the smartest ones there are.
Even though he looks like one of the guys from the Geico commercial, one of the cavemen.
He looks like the Geico guy.
When I had the beard, dude, even more so.
Adam, you could make probably more money being the Geico
doing
man.
A cameo.
You could probably make $1.5 million just doing cameos for the Geico man.
There's a gig. I'll grow the beard back. It's a huge bushy beard. I'll do that.
But you're right. He's a smart guy.
God. He's the only guy that ever he
wrote his own book.
He wrote his own book, and he was the only WWE guy that never got a ghostwriter. He wrote it longhand the entire way.
To me, call me crazy, but that's stupid to do. I mean, they're like, hey, we'll provide you a writer. All you got to do is jot down your thoughts. And instead, he's like, no. I want to do all the work.
Well, because he figured the ghostwriter might get 8 points on the backside. He had to get that money.
Exactly. The ghostwriter. Are you kidding me? And, Mick Foley did it too, and he was kind of my inspiration for saying, okay, hey, we can do this.
Man, you talk about a good guy. What a smart man. You know that?
Yes, and Mick and I have always, still to this day, remain, very good friends. He wrote the foreword to the book, and I think him and I have, same kind of mentality, and he's been thrifty, shall we say. Yeah. So, you see guys, you see that.